Daily Broadside to 923. I've had 2 people in the last, 16 hours message me. Clearly scammers. Drives me nuts. I hate them more than anything I can possibly hate just about in this entire world. But, if they were any smarter, they might actually be a lot more productive. But the first one was some girl with, obviously stolen pictures and all, And it's like, hi. I'm like, hello. She's like, what did she say? She's like, how are you doing? I'm like, what do you want? And she's like, I just wanted to be friends with someone. Is that not cool? And I'm like, seems kind of random, And I think it might help if they follows you first, because then you're like, oh, okay, it's a new follower. And sometimes new followers will message you right away and just say, hey, that kind of thing. But when they don't even follow you, you're like, this is so obviously scam worthy, And then, I was like, seems kind of random. And she's like, oh, I thought you could just message anybody on here and that was what you did. And I'm like, if you want to, but it seems kind of odd when you don't even follow somebody first, And then finally she just, she's like, why are you so harsh? And I'm like, I'm not harsh. This is just dumb, It's like, hurry up and ask me to download Telegram or WhatsApp or Signal, whatever all them things are. And I had one this morning. It's like, hello. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, how was your weekend? And I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, sorry to bother you. And then deletes the account. And that's my point. It's like, it must be like, I'm sure there's programs that do this, maybe these bot farms and all, but like, what if you had to manually create these accounts every time? And because as soon as they get like outed, they delete the account and it's gone. And it's like, God, and there's a special place in hell for all these people that are trying to separate people from their hard-earned money, but it's a weird thing. In the 80s, I recall our school, I want to say I was in 1st or 2nd grade, and I looked up when there were full eclipses throughout, my state, and going back, 40 some years. And there was a major one, what was it called? Annulus, maybe? I don't know. It's ANNULLUS or ANULLUS. I don't know. But it's like a big deal in the full eclipse of the moon, full eclipse of the sun, whatever it is. The eclipse business, right? And there was one in 84, which would have put me in right around 1st or 2nd grade. So I'm assuming it was that. Well, anyway, we made those stupid boxes. All right, little box, a shoe box you make, and it has like aluminum foil and, I don't know what it had in it. It just seemed dumb. And I couldn't see crap looking through that thing. But we were so afraid because everybody, all the teachers and everybody, like, don't look at the sky. It'll burn out your eyes and you'll be blind forever. And you will. That is a very, very real thing. It begs the question how they figured that out. That must have been wouldn't you think that, like, let's just say that the first eclipse occurred in 1702, and everybody's just like mulling around, eating mutton and doing what they do back then, and then all of a sudden, like, the moon goes in front of the sun, and they're like, what's going on? And everybody, why wasn't the whole planet blinded by the science of what was going on back then? Like, we should have had like a whole, just a mess of everybody, like at least like 80% of the population of Earth should have been blind, right? Because nobody would have had a way to notify everybody, hey, dummies, I've done some calculations, and this thing coming up next week, you don't want to know how I predicted it, but I did. And you don't want to know how I figured out that you can't look at it, but I did. But, all that process, like, how did that not become a thing? And then, they can't, like, alert everybody. There's no alert tone that they can sound off. There's no email. You can't call your buddy. So all you know is the people in your little town or village, And so it's just, I don't know. But anyway, so they find this out, and, now we know. And I remember looking through that box, and I was so proud of this box that I'd made, because I was like, oh, I'm going to be able to look at the eclipse. I didn't even know what I was supposed to be looking at. And really, the vision of an eclipse of the sun is kind of dumb. It's just a circle with like some light around. It's dumb. It's such a waste of your time. It's not worth the shoebox and the aluminum foil that it's printed on. But all I know is mine didn't work. I couldn't see jack dick, so it was kind of silly. But I will say this, because of that, what was I going to say? There's something else about this. I don't recall what it was. See, I've already lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was going to talk about today. I was thinking the other day about this girl I was with one time. I don't mean to be graphic, but just to kind of give a cursory glance of what we're talking about. She had one tattoo. She had several things pierced, but she had one tattoo, which is fine. You can have 0 to 1,000. Whatever floats your boat. But what she had was a family crest, with like the shield and the cross swords and all that, that thing. And she had that in color tattooed right above her area, right? And I was like, and I remember when I first started talking to her, I was, the tattoo subject came up, and I was like, I said, yeah, I have a couple tattoos. And she said, oh, I have one. Or I asked her, and she said she had one. I'm like, where is it? She's like, I can't really say. And I'm like, well, you just told me, Well, anyway, I find out, and when I see it, I thought to myself, I was like, it was big. I mean, it was like, it was like a napkin, a cocktail napkin, if you're at a cocktail party. And I thought to myself, like, I'm trying to take my mind through, like, the process that gets you that tattoo in that location, And I'm like, all right, she's proud of her family. That's cool. And she decides to get a tattoo of the family, like a, whatever, of her heritage or whatever. And when she does, she says, where can I get this thing? And she says, oh, let's get it on my pubis, And I don't know who that was for, like what? Now, who's ever gonna see it? I got this tattoo for my husband and my doctor, I mean, like, who's in the mortuary science person that's gonna eventually embalm me? Like, I don't and I didn't ask, because it's not my place, and I wasn't there to cast it. She could think that all my tattoos are dumb, and I'm not saying it was dumb. It was just, it just perplexed me as to why it was there and all. I don't know. Reach out if any of y'all have got the a family crest on your pubis. That'll be a nice hashtag. That'll get another flag on my account. Let me know in the comments. I'm guessing you don't. Nice girl though, very nice. I think she's married now. Proud husband. I hope she saved that for the wedding night. Nowadays she probably didn't. I'm guessing she didn't. As history would explain. But if she did, that would have been cool. Oh, you got the old heritage, crest down here on your pubis. That's great. Anyway, we've gone from eclipses to pubis. That's enough. All right, y'all have a good one, gang.